Hello everyone. In the previous sessions of research methodology, I explaining about the sources of data and methods of collecting primary data by observation and interview method. Now I am explaining about the important topic of collecting primary data by using interview schedule and questionnaire method. It is very important because most of the social science research, the primary data are collected through interview schedule or questionnaire methods. Both the interview schedule and questionnaire methods are one and the same with a small difference. Both of them are contain a list of questions related to the topic. In the case of interview schedule, the interview schedule contains the list of questions by researcher himself fill the interview schedule. In simple words, the interview schedule contains the list of questions related to the topic. The researcher directly meet the respondent and ask the question in the sequence and fill the interview schedule. But in the case of questionnaire, it also contains a list of questions, but it is sent to the respondents through mail. The respondents fill the questionnaire and return the questionnaire through post to the researchers. So both interview schedule and questionnaires contain list of questions relating to the topic. But the main differences between the interview schedule and questionnaire is the interview schedule is filled by the researcher, whereas the interview questionnaire is filled by the respondent. In the case of interview schedule, the doubt is easily clarified by the researcher. But in the case of questionnaire, the doubt clarification is not possible. In the case of interview schedule, the researcher collects the data very quickly. The non-response is very low. But in the case of questionnaire, the non-response is very high. But the questionnaire methods cover wide area. The interview schedule cover only a limited area. The interview schedule consume more cost and time. But the questionnaire method is a more economical one and save the times. Number of respondents are high in the case of questionnaire method, but in the case of interview schedule, the number of respondents is very, very limited. However, when you framing the interview schedule or questionnaire, we must be give more importance to the questions. A good interview schedule or questionnaire ask for and obtain all the information required for the research. It contain question relevant to the study. It does not aim at obtaining any information which can be more accurate and efficiently obtained by other data gathering method. It contains no question that are unclear, ambiguous, double and leading question. It contains no open-ended question. It does not contain questions which are beyond the memory span of the respondent. It contains questions that can be answered as quickly as early as possible. It avoids unwarranted assumptions about the respondent. It does not restrict the choice of the answer so as to bias or desired replace to be given. Choices to close the questions are adequate, reasonable, and unidimensional and logical. Each question is limited to a single idea. No embarrassing questions are given without providing an opportunity to explain. Appropriate balance between the personalization and indirect form is maintained. Filter questions are to used whenever necessary. Topics and questions are to be arranged in a logical and psychological sequence. Transaction between one section and another is smoothly one. Interrelated questions are to be positioned as to avoid contest effect. So while framing the questionnaire and interview schedule, the researcher should be very careful in framing the question. Thank you.